PC channel, and I want to play a little bit of Fallout 4. We're going to do it unmodded this time, because I want achievements at least, or trophies since I'm playing on PlayStation. You going, Codsworth? Why are you going around? Spotter, you know, you're a robot. I know you float, but come on. There's a bridge. Take the bridge, dumbass. But, this one YouTuber, I actually think his video was put together really well. And I'm not gonna say his name because, yeah, I don't want to call out the YouTuber. Like, I think he does a good job with his videos. I think they're edited well. That he does a good job with his script and everything. He's definitely better than me in a lot of ways. But I do think that his video on Cyberpunk, basically claiming that it was better than Fallout New Vegas, was a bit much. And I feel like there was a lot of thought not entirely put into parts of that, especially by the end of the video, because there is so much better with New Vegas than Cyberpunk, and they're two completely different games. I even said that in my comment on his video. I don't think it's something you can compare. Like, Cyberpunk is barely an RPG as it is, so I don't even think it can be compared on that level. I feel like there's way more, because Cyberpunk's such a fake RPG, and it still is. It still hasn't lived up to a lot of the promises, where that one dude from SkillUp said it was a comeback of a game on the level of No Man's Sky, which I don't agree with at all, because No Man's Sky legitimately made changes, where Cyberpunk has not lived up to a lot of the things they promised, as well as hasn't made that legitimate of changes to make it better. I think beat 'em ups still, once again, his video is still relevant because he brought up the one quote where he said he wishes there wasn't so many glitches and stuff because it's overshadowing the actual problems with the game, which are still persistent and still there. But with Cyberpunk, it doesn't have the liveliness with its NPCs in the open world. It doesn't have the open world that's lively, or the quests, or even the store merchants. It is so lackluster in so many departments. Even when it comes to armor sets or clothing or weapons, it is so lackluster there, and enemy variety is so lackluster. RPG elements, choices, and decisions are barely existent, where there's actual changes in decision making in Fallout. I mean, you could argue the messages or the plot line of Fallout not being consistent or straightforward, but I think that is not necessarily a bad thing, as well as it's not meant to be the same type of game as something like as Cyberpunk. When I want to bring a game, I want to bring into this Destiny, for example. I actually think I like Destiny more nowadays than I used to, but when it comes to it, I actually think that one of the biggest problems I had with Destiny back in the day was that Destiny had a lot of problems with its when it comes to, I almost didn't know that. I haven't played football in a little bit, so. But there's just not a whole lot to the immersion of the world. Like, the NPCs don't interact with you as realistically. Like, if you walk up to an NPC, for example, in the world, or even into a store in the world of Cyberpunk, it's not nearly the same as walking up to a merchant or a store or NPC in a Fallout game. There's actually way more interactability and liveliness to a Fallout game. Even Elder Scrolls and so many other games. Like, I even think Outer Worlds is more lively in its presentation of its world. Like, a lot of the NPCs say like they're one, and I mean you do get that with Fallout, but like most of the time you still have way more going on with the dialogue system and even the stores in a game like in Fallout. Like the stores actually legitimately feel different from one another, or have NPCs you can actually interact with or ask their life story, for example, which is a funny thing. But like I like that there's a little more to a lot of the NPCs in games like that. And I just found like the ending, especially of the video. Once again, I don't want to mention the guy, because I don't want to make him look bad by soloing him out at all. But I felt that the ending saying that, though if you've watched him, you probably know who he is. Should have probably include that. But I felt like the ending of bragging about like, oh, I played it, if it's clearly my top 5 game on Steam and played it more and liked it more than kind of brags about it being better than Cyberpunk in that way. And he does clarify some things by the end too, that there are differences that both pros and cons to both games that kind of equal them out, but he was mostly spending most of the video trying to push as if it was almost fact. Maybe not entirely, but almost factual that Cyberpunk was better. I mean, you had the clickbait video in the first place, and I mean, my video is clickbait too, but whatever. Sadly, it's the only way a lot of people pay attention to any video titles or videos in general. I don't like quick clickbait titles in general, but whatever. I don't know what else to say. I'd be a hypocrite either way, so might as well just deal with it. But I found that him saying that was just really weird, because I'm just thinking, how many games has this guy played on Steam? Because he's basically also saying that Cyberpunk must be better than most games on Steam. I'm just thinking to myself, man, that must be all sorts of messed up to be like, it's better than Dark Souls, it's better than Oblivion, it's better than Skyrim, it's better than the other Fallout games, it's better than most Valve exclusive games on there, from Half-Life to frickin' oh, the hell. Oh, you got guys behind us. I don't get the reticle on this. Look at the reticle on this thing. It's so stupid. There's like a... Is this supposed to be the reticle? The steel part that's sticking up further? Or is it supposed to be the little nail that's in it and like buried down into it? Because that's more centered. Like, I don't understand that. The design, I hate pipe weapons. But like he's saying that it's better than most of the games on Steam, basically. It's like such a weird thing to claim, basically. And it's like, how many games has he played? Oh, jeez. With a gun, it's just so weird to me that that's how it kind of comes across, as if you're saying most games on Steam are not as good as. But yeah, I don't know what to think of that. It's really weird. I have oh, frick. Reload. Where's Codsworth? Why is he not helping me? Also, you've got companions, which are freaking immersive and awesome. I love companions in games, having companions. Or dog meat. Cyberpunk is just such a fake RPG. It's ridiculous, but the only changes being the 3 beginnings you can have, which are short-lived, by the way, because after that you basically go through a lot of the same stuff, the same car chases, a lot of the same dialogue. Even if you change what dialogue you choose, it still basically plays out the same, the story. The only other differences are romances, which really don't matter on the main central part of the story, and you can't bring them back home. A lot of the stuff that's promised in the trailers is still not in the game. Flying cars, once again, if you mod in flying cars and stuff, like, it's short-lived in how actual fun it is, because it's just a useful way of getting from place to place fast, because honestly, car traffic in the game as well as police officers don't function right still. It's not even Watch Dogs Legion and GTA still get that right. Like, how the hell did freaking Cyberpunk still mess up and not get that right? Freaking stupid trick. Yeah, sure you were. There's not as many interesting NPCs. The one character I was actually interested in Cyberpunk, I just feel like it sucked how short-lived that character was. I wanted to know more about Jackie. I thought Jackie was a cool character, but they kill off so quick. And that whole sequence that shows you flashbacks with Jackie, or flash forwards with Jackie, just feels like they go through it like so much content that was in the game originally so quickly. It feels like all scrapped content, and it's like, I don't get to know that character now. Like, that sucks. I'm hoping that the new DLC with Idris Elba is good, because I do love Idris Elba. He's not always in the best movies. I mean, he was in the second Ghost Rider and a couple other terrible movies, but I think he's an actor that's worth watching. Like, I love a lot of his roles, especially now. I liked him as Heimdall. I liked him as, even though that was short-lived too, I like him as Knuckles. Like, I'm very surprised by his Knuckles. It really works. I thought it was going to be weird because of his accent, but he actually really works as Knuckles. And I love him in most of his like recent solo movies. I can't remember what that Netflix movie with him is called again, but yeah, he's got some pretty cool Netflix or solo movies that he's been in, where he's more the main character, main focus. I even liked that one movie. What was that called? Where his family's attacked by a lion. It's a dumb movie, but it was fun, and I liked him in it. But like, I'm hoping this is good. I was hoping you'd play as Idris, but it looks like you're playing as V, and you have Johnny Silverhand once again. Look, I love Keanu Reeves. I think he's awesome, but the way they wrote Johnny Silverhand and V is just, they're such unlikable jerks for the most part. There's not much in terms of the dialogue and how you make those characters like better or different people as the game goes on, because they don't give you enough like dialogue options as say a Fallout game. Fallout 4 is terrible with its dialogue system, but I at least feel like some of the dialogue is just fun or funny in a similar way to Mass Effect, but not as good as Mass Effect, because Mass Effect actually plays on the rest of the game of you being either a renegade asshole or it plays off of that, or you being Paragon, where it like acknowledges you're a dickhead or you're a nice person, and there's actual like changes here and there. Almost none of that is reflected in Cyberpunk. And like, I understand the love for Cyberpunk because of the anime. Like, I have that same feeling when I recently watched TMNT, and I'm like, man, I feel like playing a TMNT game or watching another TMNT movie or something that I love. But like, when I acknowledge that, I realize it's because those are actually good in the first place. Cyberpunk, on the other hand, is not something that is actually good. I actually gave Cyberpunk multiple chances after I watched the anime, and I was like, this game's just too boring. It's lackluster in its content and such, and it's just got too boring a world and not as interactive or interesting as, say, even Deus Ex Mankind Divided is more believable and lively than that. That's just sad to say. I love Deus Ex Mankind Divided, though. I do think that is genuinely a good game. But it does do a lot of things right. I think it's the way its police functions in the game is more realistic, believable, and not teleporting randomly out of nowhere. I think that it's got more interactable, interesting NPCs. I mean, when you can walk up to an NPC knock him out in a cool ass animation. It's just freaking hilarious. Like, I have way more fun with that. Or walk into a person's house, throwing a box, cardboard box. All these guys come on from a frick off. My aim is terrible. This gun's terrible, honestly. I don't know where to focus on for my frickin'. This is one of the worst sights I have ever seen on a gun. I'm switching. No, not a minigun. Minigun really does not matter when it comes to sights. I want to do a musket. I guess a revolver has, yeah, there's actual sights on it that I can focus on. No, I just suck. Playing this almost like I'm playing Doom. Actually, if I was playing Doom, I wouldn't even aim down sights, I would just do this. There. Just like that, I would just play like that. Oh. Get him! There's a guy up there. You get him, I'm going to take care of this. But, it's just, like, the other problem I have is variety. One thing I complained about the Division is that its clothing and, weapon variety was very lackluster in my opinion. Probably not so much the weapons. But, like, it's very similar complaint to what I have in Cyberpunk, and I actually think Cyberpunk's somewhat worse. Because, man, the outfits, the only good outfits, and I'm not including like the Witcher jacket, which is cool, but that's something you get if you sign into your account, you get that. But when it comes to like the jackets with the flowing collar and then like the samurai helmet and mask, like that's about it. I don't like any of the other outfits. The other outfits look like trash. And the variety is so lackluster. There's either just different colors. It's got the same variety problem that I hate with Outer Worlds actually. It's got the same variety problem there too. It just sucks. It's very lackluster in that department, and your gunplay is only, or your gameplay, I should say, is only as good, depending on the game, as good as what you're using it towards or on. And it's the same with Destiny. I found a lot of the enemies very generic and boring to fight, but in Cyberpunk, it's even worse in my opinion. Like, a lot of them are the same dudes. Maybe you'll have different designed dudes, or maybe there's bigger, like, tankier dudes, but other than, or maybe some drones, that's about it. And most of the drones are mostly when you're fighting the police randomly when you do something, and even that situation you can just simply drive away from and just have them forget you even exist anyway. Pretty sure none of the other games that have a police system like that would be that stupid. Maybe Watch Dogs, but still, even Watch Dogs is still more believable with its police system. It's a law authorities, how that functions. Like an Elder Scrolls is one
Chain on the other side.
factor. I don't know how to get up to them. Why are you on fire? One of your eyes is broken. I want to get that fixed. I like that there's actual physical damage to him. Oh wait, is he hooking up with those two? I think he is. But I think he sometimes does have physical damage up on him. What? Or the season of the sun. It's like real life. The sun will legitimately glare into my eyes. I should have put my TV somewhere else, but then it would be glaring on the TV. There's a guy in that window up there. Heal. There's my... Why do we have one rat away? But someone's like, really, you found that funny? You're not entertaining or funny or dumbass. I get that all the time. Thank you. Thank you very much. No. The factions are interesting as well. I almost forgot. There's like more interesting. There's actual factions in freaking Fallout games. Even if you don't like them, they're at least there. And I remember them, for I don't remember crap from Cyberpunk. I don't even remember who the villain is of Cyberpunk. Is there even a villain other than the corporation? Which you could say for just about any other game, the corporation. Like, freaking, I don't even know who the main antagonist, if there is one, to freaking Cyberpunk. It's just a boring ass game, honestly. I just can't go back to it. If you have fun with the game or you find something that you get into the game, fine. But if you're going to brag about saying it's better than other games that clearly have gameplay mechanics or content that definitely work a lot better in its favor, or just more content in general, if you're going to argue that it's better than that stuff, then we have a problem. Because it is not even close. It's got too many issues to talk about when it comes to that. But then it just feels like you're trying to say that most games are not nearly as good as Cyberpunk, and there is just totally a lie. Like, that's not even close. Because there are so many games way better than Cyberpunk. It's a lot. Like, once again, beat 'em ups, I still think has relevant stuff. That one line, that one quote, if Cyberpunk didn't have glitches and stuff at first, people wouldn't feel the underwhelming way that they did about Cyberpunk at first. And with I feel like also they're contributing that they're just trying to find a game a new game that they want to play, or newish at least, because they've been playing a lot of the same older games. But that's probably mostly because a lot of the newer games are really grabbing your attention the same way, or you just desperate for looking for something new. It's kind of that same thing I think Hackman said with when Halo Infinite came out and he was talking about Dr. Disrespect. I think it's a lot of that same thing where people are looking for something new to come to. And Cyberpunk is kind of that for a lot of people. But even if the anime is good, and they had other video game animes around the same time that I think was better, honestly, I just don't think it's enough to say that like the game on a whole is good, because the game itself needs to speak on its own, not with the anime. You can have an anime on just about anything else, but it doesn't mean that the game is better because of it. The game itself needs to be better on its own for... Oh, jeez. I got it. But it needs to stand on its own. It needs to have reasons to show that it can be better. And I don't feel like saying, like the dude from Skill Up, that it's on the same level as No Man's Sky of being a game that lives up to being a comeback game. It is not even close to No Man's Sky, not even to Sea of Thieves or Fallout 76. I think those games are more comebacks than Cyberpunk, and that's freaking sad to say. It's a fake RPG with a not so lively, interesting world. Once again, I hope that the expansion is good. I hope people love it and stuff. I don't have a problem with that. But don't claim that the game is better because of stuff like that. And even before that. Once again, it took forever for the game to finally be good. And I do feel like some of the people who are coming out saying that the anime and a couple other things that CD Projekt Red are doing is gaslighting people into thinking it's better than it actually is. I agree with that stuff. They are kind of gaslighting to a point. So I think people are bloating it up more than they should. You could argue the other side is doing the same thing, but I think they're more in the right and have actual points that have standing ground that the points from the opposite side try to claim the game is better has. And I was watching too, like the same person I was talking about with the YouTube video is claiming that the messages of Cyberpunk's world and world building was better than New Vegas. I don't agree with that. Even if you're saying on a consistent level, I don't like the message. I don't think the messages are handled well. Not so much that I don't like them, actually. I don't think they're handled well in Cyberpunk. I feel like they're kind of forced and in your face at times. And that, like, because of how much of the game doesn't work for me personally, or maybe you share the same feelings as I do, it's because those messages don't stand out to me, or I don't care about them on that same level because of how the game already makes me feel and everything it does. It's just really weak in those departments for me. Now, it's shooting at me. It's always something. Unlike Cyberpunk. Just a lot of the enemies in Cyberpunk are just so boring. They're like the same cybernetic human beings that you're fighting. Their AI isn't even that good. A lot of your abilities too don't have as much functionality, or you don't feel the weight of them when you're leveling up as something like Fallout. You actually feel the weight of the abilities in the other games. Sorry, Cosmo. And then there's just a lot of YouTubers that there's a lot of YouTubers that would, if they ever saw that video, take for example Mike Burnfire with Zach, if they ever saw that video claiming that Cyberpunk was better, oh boy, they would tear that to shreds. They would absolutely rip it apart. I would love to actually see that. They would tear that video a new butthole. Basically, that video would be dunked on so hard. Let's see. I do want to be able to carry stuff. I still have stuff I want to level up. Let's see. Use a mysterious stranger. By the way, intelligence. The reason I want to do intelligence is because I have another perk, which is right there, actually. Idiot Savant. How many points do I have? There we go. So that's going to help out a lot. Okay. And then I will level up some other things. Alright, so what quest should we go for? Stanton City. Should go for, let's do this for Hubris. It's also the jumpsuit cache. Ghost prototype. BFG is going to be hard to get. We'll go for those two that I marked. Alright. I only have 8 ammo for that. I was about to say if we ran into any more enemies. out here? Where are they? I don't see the red dots. There we go. Get him. Get him. There we go. Like, there's definitely problems with New Vegas. Like, while I think New Vegas is a really brilliant game when it comes to its storytelling and choices, I do think it's not personally my favorite Fallout game. Though the favorite Fallout games are more for the gameplay than that. So I guess, like, if I were to say, even, actually, you know what, that's not entirely true, because I love Fallout 2, and I think Fallout 2 has the best story and RPG elements. Also, really good characters. I freaking love Gorus, the Deathclaw. Like, he's one of my favorite companions in any of the games. I actually, when I was doing my Solstheim series, my character's name is Gorus the Deathclaw, and he's supposed to be a Deathclaw build. I gave him, like, a hooded uniform, so he could stay cloaked, but when he's in combat, he takes that off and wears either, like, just pants or loincloth or whatever. And then I made him kind of look like a Argonian version of a Deathclaw, while also giving him the Pugilist, however it's pronounced, gloves, which can give you more unarmed damage, because Deathclaws don't fight with weapons. They use their big clawed hands. They're giant mutated lizard people. You know, like Axe Jones. Actually, it's more like you would believe lizard people. But no, I thought that was kind of a silly joke, but maybe it's dumb. But yeah, like I just think in general there's just a lot going on with the world and characters in it, as well as the lore and everything. Even the story and stuff is much more intriguing to me and much more developed than Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk felt like it was kind of thrown together and there wasn't a whole lot of thought put into it. Like Witcher 3 felt like there was way more thought and love and care put into that. Cyberpunk feels like it was a greedy, passionate evil rather than a passionate good for a game that they wanted to make for people. It felt like they didn't put much love and care into it. You know what, let's go melee with these guys. Ow! You jerks. I'm gonna have to use a step back now. Sorry, guys. Oh wow, okay. I'll take that. You're not. I am losing a lot of health. Okay, now I think I have to use ranged weapon because that guy's high up. Use this. Use this. Frick. You okay, Codsworth? Codsworth? Where'd he go?
They have no idea what they're up against, do they?
Hello, Codsworth. Is that guy wait? Holy crap, he is way up there. Is that him? I can't tell. Oh, that is him. Looks kind of like he's part of the structure. Hitting him, but not for much. I don't think this is ranged enough. Damage range. Yeah, look at that. That's garbage. I need a more ranged weapon for this. Let's see. I have multiple. Is it the same thing? I thought I saw the same goddamn. Oh, that's an auto and that's just a regular. Okay, that's why. Oh, I have 3 of these? What? I thought I only had 1. Or none. Why is that? I guess that's because I came out of the vault. Let's see, I think sure, let's get it. Let's make sure I don't have this. Nope, I guess the musket. I haven't charged it. Hey, charge it. There we go. What's that missing? Is it because there's a railing in the way? There we go. I like the idea of this gun, I just don't like charging it. It's freaking annoying. But it's a musket, so whatever. It's gonna be slow. What? Okay, that should have hit. What the hell? Nope, not having it. Okay. Where's my plus? This one's closer. I think that's the most. Hopefully there's no lines on the bridge. Come on, Cotsworth. Oh, frick. No, doggy. Oh. Get that doggy, though. I'm a little better with it. Somewhat. Hey, don't call me that. That's not very nice. They're not. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of my thoughts. I would love to have a vlog with my friends on Cyberpunk and that same idea, like the video that's I think it's better. That guy, once again, not to make fun of him, but he must have only played 5 games as I proceed to make fun of him. Kind of like Bethesda, they're self-aware while not being self-aware and hypocritical at the same time. But then again, they would be no different. So whatever. I honestly have a hard time trying to think of what I want to say without tripping over my own words. It's a problem I'm probably going to come up to have a lot. I mean, we're all only human who make mistakes. That doesn't mean every mistake doesn't deserve to be criticized. No, but I think when you're trying to push it as if it's objective in a way that clearly has a lot of its own faults and people have a lot of good points around it, then that's when it becomes a problem. When there's enough there to go off of. I'm setting that off a lot lately. Is this the, what is this? Hold on. Is this the place? Really? Really? Is this the place? I thought it was a different location. I've just been thinking of something else. It is near the comic stores. What the hell? This is not what I remember. What the hell? says it's downstairs.
This should be
Okay, that was
I'm supposed to be impressed.
How did that miss? Oh, what the hell? How did you take out my buddy? Look at you. Come on, Cotsworth, I need you. I think I want to use something else. Let's use this. Let's see. Stretchy Sugar 42. Thank you for following me. I have a, by the way, I have a lot of followers. I should make a video dedicated to my PlayStation followers. But I have like 54 PlayStation followers now. That's crazy. I don't even know half of that. Or most of them, I should say. But they're awesome nonetheless. I like that they follow me from time to time, even if they don't always watch my stuff all the way through. It's still very much appreciated. You're just really cool people nonetheless. No matter what you do, as long as your opinion isn't stupid for Cyberpunk. No, I'm just kidding. I want to like Cyberpunk, but man, there's just too many things that piss me off about it, and I generally can't get into. Whether that's something that personally motivates me to do the kind of videos I do or not, like, I don't know. But I think even so, I genuinely think I would have had those opinions whether I'm pissed off or not. Because I just find Cyberpunk boring. I tried giving it another chance once again. I just couldn't find enough stuff to care about doing in it. Every time I did quests, they just weren't. They were a lot of the same crap that people complained about with Bethesda games, except somehow Bethesda has more lively, interesting worlds and environments than what Cyberpunk has. I think another thing is maybe, though I do like games like Deus Ex, so I don't think it's necessarily the setting, but I'm not a fan of like cities. Like, it's the reason I don't like games that have like the big like New York City and stuff. I just find cities boring in general. There's a lot of them have the same boring looking buildings. I'm very likes either really cool sci-fi looking cities like what Mass Effect or Star Wars has, or I like and while Cyberpunk tries to do that, it just doesn't do enough for me, or it's just not lively or interesting enough. And I like castles and stuff. I love like medieval castles and all that kind of stuff. Like, I love different architecture, whether it's Aztec, Egyptian. Same with the AC series. It's like I love traveling to Egypt, for example. And when a game allows me to travel to some locations I don't have the money to in real life, it's just such a cool experience. And I used to learn a lot and even study the Egyptian hieroglyphics. I'm really bad with the word now. I used to be able to pronounce it a lot better back in the day. There's honestly a lot of things I kind of suck at nowadays when it comes to that. I always think that I suck at games now when I used to be, when I was much younger. I was way better at like games like Halo and stuff. I was way better at those games. Nowadays, I think I suck at them. Even though I have more of a learning curve and experience with games like that, I feel like I suck at them more. Because I remember back in the day when I challenged two of my friends to play a 2-on-1 Halo game with me, I beat their ass. But like nowadays, if I did something like that, I couldn't. I don't know what it is, whether it's my motivation or what. Or maybe I'm an old man. No. Probably true, but I don't know to what level that would affect my gameplay experience. As well as, like, I do spend a lot of time away from certain games, so maybe, like, Oh, what the hell? Nope, I'm not letting you touch her. You have a skull next to your name, which means you are difficult. I'm not letting you hit me to see how much ridiculous amounts of damage you do.
Won't be able to pick this.
Yeah, there's a lot of locks I can't open here. Let's just find the thing I'm looking for and get out. Is it down here? Maybe it's down here. Well, I can kind of see something, but I don't think I can get through there. There's gotta be a way down there. Maybe through the elevator? Maybe I should have taken the elevator, yeah. Let's go find the main lobby and take the elevator. We'll do that. Here we go. There. Yeah, I think that's everything. I will probably make a vlog video and have my friends join in on the conversation of Cyberpunk. We've been actually planning to do a vlog series anyways. We've been wanting to do that. Me and my friend Josh and my friend David. Discord, so we'll see what he thinks. Maybe he doesn't have enough to put into the conversation, that's why he might not want to do it, but maybe I can add things that they could contribute as we go along. Because it's actually my friend Dave is the one that bought Cyberpunk, not me. Because I did really want to play it, and so did he. But when we got it and we played it all the way through, we were like sadly disappointed. Really good. I felt that the main characters, I don't know if I said this already, but I felt that the main characters of Cyberpunk were the main characters of Cyberpunk were fairly generic, as well as they were just, there wasn't much to, like, the only thing you change really is the gender and what the character looks like. Other than that, like, there's not a whole lot you change with the character's personality and choices. Once again, aiming towards that fake RPG feel. Wait a minute, I shouldn't raise my lens trick. But, actually, you know what, I want to fix my lens because it's going to be annoying otherwise. Hey. Is that, okay, it doesn't. Good. I guess we did have to go down.
Locked tight.
Can I unlock it using the terminal? Maybe? Oh. Please go on. Okay.
I'm in.
Oh wow, that was fast. Oh, there is a remote door control. There we go. Oh, it goes out of here. Wait, where's Cotsworth? Can Cotsworth come down here with me? Cotsworth? Where'd Cotsworth go? Maybe he'll teleport with me once I go through this door. Is he in here maybe? No, I don't think so. It's too small a room anyways. Yeah, that's most of what I have to say on Cyberpunk. I'm sure there's more I could say. I just found the main characters unlikable jerks. I want to say that. Also, V, I wish you could change the name, but I guess you can't. And there's not much change. I feel the endings really don't matter and kind of suck. It's mostly just sitting around talking endings, some shorter than others. And then the beginnings are different, but only for a short time before you play through a lot of the same car chases and conversations with only slight different things you can say, but still go the same direction. Yeah, it's just a really fake RPG. And romances, which honestly don't matter in the grand scheme of the main plot line. So, whatever there. And you can't even take them back to your apartment, which the apartments are lame. Like I like it when you can get your own house or something. That's a lot cooler. Oh god, it's the place where Swan is. I wonder if we can take on Swan. Where is Cotsworth? What the hell? Oh, there you are. Cotsworth, where have you been?
Still intact, huh?
We're gonna have to go to the comic store, but do you want to say hi to Swan? He is here in the water. Let me quick say, in case we die to him. Is he? Oh, I don't have a gun. I want something ranged when I fight him. Not close. Oh god, it's this. I don't think I want to use that. Let's do the auto. How's the sights on this? A lot better, that's for sure. Oh, I think I see him. For frick's sake. Oh, there's a lot of rats in here. Right as I have to say that, I jinxed myself. Really? Frick you. Opening right there. Ah. Oh my gosh, the rats, jeez. Oh, frick. Stormcloak. Hey, stop throwing those at me. I don't think I'm gonna make it out of this alive. Oh, level up. I gotta level up. Let's see. If I lead him into the, yeah, you guys can handle him. Shoot me, fight him. Taking care of him? Is he the one? No, he's not. Okay. Oh, I think that's him though, that red dot. Nope. Oh, super mutants. Oh, right. How? Holy frick. I think those are super mutants, that's why they're freaking not paying attention ahead. Ow. Okay. Right, throw grenades again. Hold on. I might have to check the settings. Gameplay. Controls. Okay. R1. Holy crap, we got him. Okay, let's just go for Comics Place. We got him. Wish I had some rat away. That's activating quite a bit. Didn't think it would activate so much. Getting lucky with it. Anyways, let's stop the video here since I'm done with Cyberpunk and I just want to play some Fallout 4. I'll see you guys next time. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below if you liked it. the video itself. Yeah. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye. And have an awesome day.